Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to discuss the essay In Praise of Chimney Sweepers by Charles Lim. I have already covered his other essays, right? So you better watch the videos to get a clear understanding. So without wasting time, let's begin this essay, Praise of Chimney Sweepers. So begin with the title, Chimney Sweepers. The chimney sweepers are the person, especially in western culture, the small kids, right? They used to get into those chimneys and that clean up that. So these are refers to as chimney sweepers who clean the chimneys, right? So the essay begins with I like to meet a sweep, right? Means a sweeper, and not a ground sweeper, means not an elder one, but small, a child, right? Why child? Because child are innocent, and Charles name love children, and he described they get blackened, right? Their clothes and face as well as they get into chimneys to clean them, right? So he described them as negritude, means blackness, their first negritude, and maternal washing means their innocence, and they do their work and their cheeks got blackened, right, as they come forth. And he described the sweeping sound of their brooms, right? They are like sweep are like peep peep of sparrows, little sparrows, bird sounds, right? And then he said that I have kindly gaining towards these dim specks. He referred to these chimney sweepers little as dim specks because they are not prominent one, right? They are small and they are not noticed by others, or other ignored them, right? But he had a deep affection with them, right? Poor balls, innocent blackness. He described their blackness as innocent blackness. I reverence these young Africans, right? This refers to that he respect these Africans, use Africans to describe their blackness, right? These small children, small chimney sweepers, he respect them, right? Because they are doing a great job, right? And he admired their passions, because in the cold of December there's very cold, right? And people they just enjoy sitting in homes, right? uh, right, in a hot environment, or just heating themselves up. But these chimney sweepers, these little children, they just do their work in even in this such cold, right? And they give a lesson of patience to mankind, right? How passionate, and how they bear the cold with patience, right? That is just the lesson of patience, right? And then he says that what a child, what a mysterious pleasure. So for them it's a pleasure, right? They enjoy their work, and though it's not a pleasure, working as a chimney sweepers in December, it's not a pleasurable thing, but Charles Lamb described as a mysterious pleasure, because for them, for these little children, it's a pleasure, right? And then I'm discussing important things in the essay, right? If I read each and every line, then this video will go too long, right? I'm discussing very important things in the essay. So other things are simple, you understand it by yourself by a giver reading, right? And then brandish weapon refers to their broom, the sweeping brooms of chimney sweepers. And then he talks about yes then he give emphasis about humanity, that we just praise their work, right? We show humanity or humanism, and we just appreciate their work and give them a penny, right? One of these small gentry, means these small chimney sweepers in the early numbers, it's good to give him a penny, right? It's a humanity, human thing or good thing to give them, appreciate their work by giving them a penny, means money, right? And then he talks about it gets blurred, right? It's not proper scan, but I'll provide you the correct one, right? And then he just talk about a special kind of tea known as a sassafras, right? It's a tea which is prepared by boiling, right? Wood boiled down to a kind of tea and tempered with an infusion of milk and sugar, right? Charles Lamb discussed that he don't like tea, right? And the person who prepared this tea is known as Mr. Reed, right? Mr. Reed, person who prepared that tea. And Charles Lamb didn't sip it, right? Never tasted this tea because he hated it, right? And this is not important. I'm discussing only the important things. And then being penniless, right? When these chimney sweepers are penniless, having no money, they will yet hang their black heads over the ascending streams to gratify one's sense if possible, and seemingly no less pleased than those domestic animals, right? He just talk or criticize on the Western culture that they just give equal importance to animals but not to humans, right? They do not treat well the little chimney sweepers but treated animals and having pets at their home and love them and care for them. And then he talks about this is not important, right? And we'll jump on to next. I think there is uh, yes, he just give an incident that once a little children chimney sweeper, he just make fun of Charles Lamb, but Charles Lamb bear it, right? Endure it with patience because he he love children, right? So here it go the incident. Yet I can enjoy the jocularity of a young sweep with something more than forgiveness, right? Because he make a joke, right? Sorry about that, I'm getting a call, right? Because yes, where are yours? Because he enjoy that jocularity or making joke of the little boy who is making joke of Charles Lamb, because he didn't mean to hurt Charles Lamb, right? Because he had described that his joke is not meant to insult him, but because he just enjoy it, give pleasure from it, right? And then he said that is I scramble up with the pain and shame enough, yet outwardly trying to face it down, nothing happened, right? Charles Lamb acted as nothing happened, he enjoyed it. And if any other person did this, then it may hurt or insult, but it is done by little boy, the little chimney sweeper, so it is acceptable for him, right? Particular tears of excuse it of the fun. And so yes, uh, his joke consists of maximum of glee but minimum of mischief, which means that the little boy didn't means, or his purpose is not to make insult of me, but for his pleasure, right? uh, just for entertainment. And then he just he just narrated, as I already told you, that if there were someone else or showing his fine teeth laughing at me, then I would not bear it, right? And then yet I confess that from the mouth of true sweep means this little chimney sweepers a display or even too ostentatious of these white and shining ossifications strike me as agreeable anomaly manners, right? And then further we'll discuss that which is important. uh, Rachel's, yes. One thing important here is the Charles Lamb. He believed that these little boys, these little chimney sweepers, they once in their childhood they belongs to a noble family, right? And they were abducted in their childhood and bring up to that condition. And there is a myth or a fairy tale, right, of story, a tale of fairy spriting, which means that the fairy tales take away children and give them to poor one from the noble family and then give to the poor one. So Charles Lamb believed that these little chimney sweepers once they belonged to noble family and they were taken away away by the fairies and given to poor one, right? And then he give proof for that. Once there was he give proof to prove that he give a narration or the reference to an incident in one of the state of Arundel Castle, right? A few years since under a ducal canopy, that seat of the Howard, a prince, right? So uh, in that state of Arundel Castle, and in their room of in the castle of that prince known as Howard, there by mistakenly a little chimney sweeper was found in his bed, right, sleeping. So what he did, object of curiosity for visitors and chiefly for its pet, in which the late duke was specially connoisseur. And yes, they discover a chance after all methods of search had failed, and noonday fast asleep a lost chimney sweeper was found there, right? So he believed that once these chimney sweepers belong to a noble family, they are like prince. And another important thing, yes, he had proved that, yeah, doubtless this young noble men, right, for my mind misgives me that must be are allured by some memory. He had proven that. And further important thing, he just narrates the story of his friend known as Jem White, right, who used to have a party for these little chimney sweepers, right? Jem White was impressed with the belief of metamorphosis, and he just held an annual feast for these chimney sweepers. And it was a solemn supper, right, a dinner party held in Smithfield upon the yearly return of the fair of St. Bartholomew, right? So cards were given issues a week before to master sweeps, mean these little chimney sweepers, right? They were given cards, means they were respected and they were called upon to that party especially held for them annually, yearly by his friend Jim White, right? But it did not last long, and his friend, unfortunately, he just died, right? And all not suit which looks so. And then his friend died, and this is not important, right? And golden lads and lasses must all chimney sweepers come to dust, right? Why they came to dust? Because of the death of this his friend gem white, and he carried away with him half the fun of the world when he died. Of my world at least, and his old clients look for him among the pens, right? He remembered him in words and missing him, right? So here it ends, and hope you understand. And I'll discuss the other essays, right, of other writers in the next video. Work by John Ruskin. Thank you for watching.